Hello and welcome back to Radiant Dawn. You think I sound different, it's because I have a different mic now. Well, in this segment, Chapter 7, we're going to be boosting up quite a few people here to, getting close to promotion. Well, one of us is actually promoting. Oh, just wait for Nolan's power to be truly unlocked. He went to Guru and then had his power. Wait, no, that's not how this works. But anyways, he's a warrior now. His stats are eh. His speed could be better, but generally he'll be pretty solid. Honestly, with bonus experience, you should be leaving people at near, near the end of a level and not just boosting them haphazardly like I am. I'm kind of just going off of old freaking habits, and it's kind of kicking me in the butt right now with Jill here because, yeah, where's that strength? She's getting shin levels up the wazoo. That 11 strength, and I'm not allowed to restart because this is Ironman rules. So we got a Brave Sword now, which Edward and Zyark can use. Usually I give it to Zyark, but since I'm using Edward in this run, I decided not to. Past me saw another arm scroll, and it's like, oh, that's a good idea. No, it's not. Please. So now Zyark has a Wind Edge. We have a couple arm scrolls for some reason or another. We are going to switch off Discipline and give Micaiah our new Paragon skill, which doubles experience. Oh, no, wait. No, I don't give it to her, do I? No, I don't give it to her yet. I'm an idiot. Forgot my footage. Yeah, we're giving it to Nolan because he's promoted now, so his experience gain is actually less. So this will help him get more. And no, don't ever give Micaiah renewal. This is what we're going to give her because Torneo will not be able to be used for the rest of the rest of this part. So, yeah. Renewal, you need to, or you should give it to Volog because he's usually going to get 1 HP, so he'll get 5 HP a turn. But yeah, every 10 HP because it's 10%. Doing poor on support, but whatever. Overall, this run, it's kind of sloppy, but at the same time, it hasn't really challenged me. It's probably because I'm doing normal. We're looking pretty set. Fiona is probably never going to be used. I forget if I've taken off cancel off Leonardo yet, because I probably should have done that by this point. Anyways, let's get to the chapter itself. Kind of a dull one, but I have my fondness for it. Why the heck is Meg there? Why is Leonardo there? Yeah, that's more like it. Okay, Fiona, yeah, her stats are bad. Her growths aren't that good either. Here they are on screen. Yeah, not so hot. Honestly, with the bonus experience, I should have given a good chunk of it to, like, a decent chunk of it to Aaron. Gave Jill, like, up to her level, but nah, I guess past me was just being silly. Ah, well, it doesn't matter in the end. It's not like I'm doing LTC. Nolan also has that hammer we got in Chapter 6-1, which will come in handy on this map considering, well, you know, it hits armor knights really good. You know, it makes me sad that my Zyark is so low level. Because usually, by this point, my Zyark's at least level 5 or 6. I usually use him a lot. Probably see me use him more in the FE9 run. Because bias. For some reason, I had anti-bias. It's kind of like what happened with FE3 and Minerva. I don't want to use my absolute favorites all the time because, well, variety, and for the fact that I don't want to see them die in an Ironman, I guess. And we're having Soth and Micaiah go down here because we're going to get some new recruits. Although don't be fooled, because they are not going to be permanent. Oh yes, attack the guy with the hammer. Yeah, that's pretty much how that ended. Here's Tormod, Morum, and Vika. Tormod is a fire sage. A very powerful fire sage for this time of the game. Morum is a green tiger lagoose. And Vika is a raven. I used to call them crows for some reason. They're flying lagoos. They focus more on speed. Tigers focus on strength, usually, and high HP. Morum's actually really good, but as I said, these 3 units are they're not permanent whatsoever because they will be leaving at the end of Part 1 and they will not be seen again until Part 4. Which really irks me, because Tormod's actually one of my favorite characters in Tellius. You'll be hearing my gripes with that quite a bit as we go through the game, because Part 2 has a couple other units that I really like that didn't get enough screen time. There's some tough enemies in this stage, like up here, but generally if you have a strong enough group, you can deal with them really easily. It's just when they group up on all your units, it's kind of bad. This door is important because this is a prison after all. We are trying to free Daein troops. The more of Daein's troops that escape, the more bonus experience you get. So, just know that we're going to be saving every single one of them. There are quite a few enemy reinforcements, but they do not appear until late. We will actually be fighting some of them. See, Morum can just one-shot stuff. And for some reason, Tormod decides not to talk to Soth. I wish he could, because that would actually, you know, lessen the turn amount here. Not that I care that much. Vika, see, she's decent, and she debuts in this game, but the thing is, her very little availability doesn't lend herself well to, like, you know, being a new character. It's like, what was the point? I mean, she has a great design. We have door keys, but in Tellius you can actually break doors, which is actually really cool. Like, you can break doors and just skip weapon experience off it. More useful in FE. Oh my gosh. 41 times 3. Just... Oh, also, Tormod's innate skill is also really cool. It's called Celerity. It allows him 2 more movement points than normal. So he kind of has... He has mild mounted movement. Or he has more like Lagoose movement, I should say. Which is fitting, I guess, because, you know... Tormod's whole story is that he was raised by the Lagoose. So I think that's partly what the skill's pointing at. Good old Adept Zyark. Adept Critical. Yeah, these Myrmidons are getting to the point where they don't get doubled by Volug anymore, so, yeah. Fun stuff. Getting to the point where someone's gonna be like, "You are an idiot. You are a massive, massive idiot," and I will say, "No, I am a lucky idiot." There's a difference. Oh no, chills at ooh, yeah, that's not good, is it? Okay, when I was playing and that happened, I was like, okay, first of all, why did I put Jill in that situation? Second of all, how did I live? Oh, Wrath crit. But yeah, that was one very close call there. Thankfully, Vola can double that Myrmidon. Now, the funny thing is, since Tormod's such a high level, he can actually defy the high ground, low ground thing right now. So yeah, he actually has around a 60 to 70 hit rate on guys on higher ground. Provided there's no weapon disadvantage, which, no, there wasn't. The 3 nature magics, or anima magic, has a triangle, but I can't ever for the life of me remember it. I think I just remember fire's good against thunder. Or was fire good against the wind? Or was wind good against fire? I don't know, I don't care, it doesn't matter. I've never liked magic triangles. I always found them pointless. Except in, like, FE7 or something. Or actually FE4 too. No, not so much 4 either. And here we have one of the Daein soldiers. Now here's... Wind mages, their whole shtick is they have really good hit rates. So, why don't we challenge them with a really bad hit rate? Well, not really bad, 66 is meh, but it worked. We're almost done with the map, but the time seems to be pretty low still. Let's just say there's a lot of waiting. Man, you know, watching this just makes me angry that Tormod and Moram don't get more playtime in this game, because they are actually really good when they show up here in Part 1. And that's the thing I was going into earlier about a beginner's trap. Part 1 is like a huge beginner's trap, because they give you so many of these good units that you just feel you can rely on in situations. And aside from like Soth and Volug, you're not going to be using them after Part 1. Toraneo, kind of, but still. The fact that they yanked him from you is kind of indicating. Nolan kind of has shaky hit rates, but he's still good enough to land it most of the time, so don't worry about that. We'll get him that better skill as we go. Axes are really good in Tellius in general too, so heck, they might actually be the best weapon type. Or maybe just the best unit to use axes, I don't know. It's kind of weird because axes are really swingy like that in this franchise. They're either really good or they're really bleh. You'll be seeing their blehness in the most of it and when we do the Ironmans of FE4 and FE6 in particular. But I have some things to say about some of the users in FE6 because I feel they can actually do stuff with the mediocre axes there. But we'll leave that for when we do that. These guys will always gun for the door, so make sure there's no enemies in front of that door, or else you know, they're gonna get nuked because these soldiers don't have very good stats at all. Now, there's enemies that appear in a huge group from where you start, and there's also like 4 or so enemies that appear next to this boss. We're going to be dealing with the 4 enemies that appear next to this boss because I just felt like I should show them off. Plus the guys, we had to, you know, rescue this last guy, and they take a while to get out. And right there is a Master Seal. It's a good idea to grab that because, you know, more promotions. I will also be showing off the level 21 promotions because that's kind of how I roll sometimes. Interestingly enough, in FE9, even though they give you plenty of Master Seals, I always traditionally go to level 21, and I probably shouldn't. When we do the Ironman that properly, I probably won't. I am actually considering grabbing a Maniac mode deal for that too, which is Japanese only. If you guys would like to see that, please just tell me, and I'd love to play Maniac mode, considering FE9 is like my favorite, one of my favorites, not my absolute favorite, but it's my second favorite probably. Or maybe my second favorite's this game. I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell because I really like all 14 games. The boss is a sitting duck. He has a storm sword, which is basically a stronger wind edge. I think Micaiah can one-shot him, but... No, wait. Yeah, I think Tormod has to actually weaken him. Ha! De jure. Is that how you say his name? Is it like those, fancy sweets? I like how I can kill him with light, and I like if we miss, we die, basically, but, you know, Micaiah never misses. I don't think I've actually ever seen Micaiah actually miss. Another good level. Also, I should probably actually explain what Resolve does. If we actually get to that point of HP, if you get, is it half or 30%? Regardless, your speed and such increase tenfold. Well, not tenfold, but something around there. But we're just gonna wait around for these guys to get out of here. We have nothing better to do. We could just end the map now, but... Okay, here's the reinforcements. There's quite a few of them. I almost decided to deal with all of them, but I was like, nah. I probably should have, though. Because honestly, it would have been a good chunk of experience, and this is more of a casual run anyways. But, whatever. You can actually cheese a good chunk of them because some of them will try to come from below because they're morons. Some of them will try to head off Daein soldiers trying to escape, so you might want to deal with them. But these guys got out in time, so mission success. And then all these guys came out. Attack! Destroy. Yeah, so we got 2 javelin guys and 2 mages, 1 fire mage, 1 wind mage. Thunder mages focus more on crits. The fire mages focus more on attack power. Wind mages focus more on actual hitting. That's generally the trend I noticed in Tellius. Or at least that's what younger me thought. And I could have just used the Brave Sword, but, you know, didn't need to. May as well not waste it yet. Goodness knows I've made plenty of smart decisions. The people like Zyrek and Jill and such from the previous game can talk to Tormod and Morum and them. You get some nice conversations. So, if you like that sort of thing, go for it. And with that, Chapter 7 is done. I hope you join me for Chapter 8. It's kind of a doozy, but I like it enough. Till then.